Welcome back, everyone. JAYBONE here for Smash This Podcast. Oh, we got some villainous looking dudes surrounding me here. I kind of like this. I like this setup. But there's some big news tonight, folks. Oh, yeah. There's some big news. There is someone new joining the All-Elite Club tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, it's none other than Buddy Matthews. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Buddy Matthews is All-Elite. Can we all give him a round of applause? I guess I'm the only one here. That's okay. You can throw your applause in the chat if you so desire to. But folks, so yeah, if you missed it, did a little video last night talking about the updated card for Impact Wrestling's Sacrifice event, which is coming up in less than 2 weeks. And we also had a lovely little discussion about the Bullet Club. So if you wanted to go check that out, that is on the channel. Now we're getting a few more people in here. That's nice to see. There was something else I saw earlier today, and I feel like I'm forgetting something, and I hate that feeling. I don't know what. Oh, well, this is interesting. Okay, so I just was scrolling down the old news page. I see here that AEW's Jon Moxley was just announced for Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 8 during the Collective. Is that the one WrestleMania weekend, I believe? Wow. Oof, look out. Oh, here's another one. Timothy Thatcher, straight out of WWE. He's another one that got released this past year. Announced for Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 8. My goodness. Look out. There's also a report. Now, this is not official. This is from that lovely little journalist down the block. I don't like a whole lot. We all know this. And it's not about being right. It's about being first. Am I right? It's about being first. The report out of Fightful. This is from WrestlingZone.com, though. Saying that Shane Strickland is going to be no longer a free agent soon. Saying that Swerve's deal is expected to begin in the first week of March. And God knows February is quickly coming to a close. So my guess, watch for him to debut either right before the pay-per-view or at the pay-per-view. That's going to be a big one, folks. Folks, if you don't know who Shane Strickland is, if you don't know who Swerve is, do yourself a favor and go look up this guy. I've been a big fan of his for the last, 5+ years. Ever since he started doing his stuff in Lucha Underground, which was phenomenal, by the way. He was Killshot in Lucha Underground, which was absolutely tremendous. Mark's not happy with this news. Says Swerve about to fall into a black hole too. Taryn says, poor Bunny didn't even get an introduction anymore. Maybe she'll be a free agent again. I don't know. That's an interesting one. I don't know. Don't know. Yep. So the talent pool grows in AEW. So as we jump into this review for tonight, folks, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. If you're over on the Twitch, you can sub, you can gift subs. I'm working on some emotes. William M. Gardner, Bone Man on before the wee hours. Crazy. Yeah, well, I got a little notification from my Spectrum that we might be losing Spectrum over the night. So I got to get this all in before things go kaflooey. That's a real word, by the way. You can look that up. Kaflooey. It's not just a bone-ism. So, oh, man. And if you watched tonight's episode of Dynamite on TBS, let me know what was your favorite part of the show. This was a loaded show. This was a lot of fun. We got a debut. We got some great tag matches. We got we got some of the lovely ladies on TV. We got we got promo work. We got real hardcore wrestling. And I don't mean hardcore like chairs and tables. I mean just down and dirty grappling. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. So put it in the comments. Let me know what your favorite stuff was from tonight. Zach says, my buddy told me to watch AEW tonight. Wink, wink. I get that one. Courtney says the Battle Royal, and please don't mind me. I'm sucking on a cough drop. Battle Royal, the tag team Battle Royal. We'll get to that. And those promos, she says. All right. Well, let's get started. This is season 4, episode 8 of AEW Dynamite. We start out tonight with a 10-man. Is that right? 10-man? It is. 10-man tag team battle royal. Seems like it was more than that, but I don't think it was. You had the Young Bucks. You had the Gun Club 2.0, Santana Ortiz, FTR, the Butcher and the Blade, O'Reilly and Fish, Private Party, Trent and Sexy Chucky T. And last but certainly not least, Reynolds and Silver. Loaded Battle Royal, little different. They do things a little different instead of everybody just starting in the match. Everybody dives in. So little different, same concept, just a little twist on it. William Ricola. Yes, absolutely. Actually, it's generic. It's generic cough drops. You get like 30 in a pouch or whatever. Does the trick. It helps. Sort of. Excuse me. All right. So, not going to go in order of elimination, but this was a lot of fun. You had 4 separate guys from 4 separate tag teams. Elimination happens when both guys are thrown over the top rope. So O'Reilly and Fish, actually O'Reilly was the last one in the ring. Fish had already been eliminated. But O'Reilly and Fish are the winners of this tag team battle royal. This was fun. I don't get too excited about battle royals like I did when I was younger, you know. They lose their luster, but that's one nice thing about AEW is they don't do this kind of stuff all the time. It's like once or twice a year at most. So Adam Page then comes out because he's feeling scrappy. And he just starts going to town on Fish and Riley. And then Adam Cole gets in there. And it's just a hot mess from there. Oh, my God. Page lays out Adam Cole, cuts a promo on him. And I don't remember anything specific from the promo, but I know I liked it. And basically talking about he was champ everywhere he was before, but he's not going to be this time around, blah, 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 blah. So, and I know there's something going on, and I think this is eventually going to turn into something to do with the Bullet Club. I could be way off. And there was no Jay White tonight, but I know, like I said in my last video, it's Jay White's vision to have a version of the Bullet Club in AEW, Impact Wrestling, and New Japan. Well, he's got 2 out of the 3. So we got to see how this version comes to fruition in AEW. And I think I know how it's going to happen. I think it's going to have to do with the Young Bucks. I'm not sure if Adam Cole's going to be involved, but he has been a Bullet Club guy before. I don't see him turning on Fish and O'Reilly, though he might. I don't know. It's too early to tell. I know there's goofy stuff going on Being the Elite, but that feels like a separate universe almost sometimes. You know, all this goofiness that's going on between Silver, Reynolds, and Cole and Bobby Fish and O'Reilly. That just cracks me up. This whole you know, they're waiting for Adam Cole to join them in bed, and oh, I can't say the rest on here because I'll probably get demonetized. But they don't hold anything back in being the elite, do they? It's pretty funny. Anyways, crude but funny. Coach Keith, says, I think Young Bucks turning on Adam Cole and ReDRagons. I don't know. That could be. Could be. If Jay just anoints Young Bucks as being part of the Bullet Club, and that's it, and then it just kind of slowly grows from there, and Adam Cole's not a part of it, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. We had a great discussion on it last night. All right, so then we get the MJF promo, and he had tears. He had like real tears coming down his eyes. That's how good MJF is. And I'm not going to sit here and say whether his story was fake or not. And I would never judge that because I've been through the whole bullying thing in my my younger years. I went through that, and I went through a good old Lutheran school too. I went through horrible shit. And so when MJF is telling this story about being bullied and stuff like that, I identified with it immediately. And you wanna hate him, but then I'm listening to this story and I'm like, holy shit, he's telling my story. I mean, it was not exactly, how, it wasn't the same stuff that happened to me, but I was, a young kid that got bullied too, So then he was looking forward to Friday when he was going to meet his hero, CM Punk. Excuse me. And then he got to meet him, and then he talked about CM Punk quitting 3 years later or whatever it was in 2014. And then he said, because CM Punk quit, that wasn't going to stop him from doing what he wanted to do. And then he said, in spite of CM Punk leaving wrestling, he was going to become better. And now we're at where we are today. And then Punk came down and had this like concerned look on his face. And he's looking at MJF, and he approaches him cautiously approaches him. He gets about 5 feet from him, and he's like, was that real? Was that story legit? Was that real? And MJF just kind of nodded his head, and then the tears just start coming down his cheeks. And I'm like, oh my God, is he good? Man, if MJF doesn't end up in Hollywood someday, I swear he's going to get like a Tony or something. What a Tony Award or whatever, a Grammy or whatever. Oscar, whatever. I don't know. He's gonna get a sub sandwich. He's just damn good, So then he leaves, and then Punk is just standing there, dumbfounded. And typically, then you would see some kind of like attack then from MJF to T-boned him or whatever, attack him, and then because then it was all a ruse. But MJF leaves the ring, goes up the ramp. The camera is right on his face, and the tears are still coming down his face as MJF's face is getting redder and redder and redder. It's like, oh my God, this kid is good. This kid is so freaking good. Unbelievable. So it is absolutely set for it is absolutely set for Revolution coming up. It's going to be a hell of a match. It's a dog collar match. That's some old school violence right there. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look up Piper and Greg the Hammer Valentine, I believe it is. Mark says, I think the Bone Daddy got into my cookies again. If you got some special cookies, Mark, we're bros. You need to share. Dude. Just send them north. No, I'm good. I wish I had a couple beers tonight because I'm just in one of those moods. And but anyways, what do we got next? So great stuff from MJF. I don't know what else to say. Just let me know in the comments if you liked it. Did you fall for it? Did you? Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and judge him whether the story is true or not, but the presentation of said story, this promo from MJF, chef's kiss, priceless. Of course, the cookies are edible. Anyways, all right. Courtney says, I did not fall for it. All capital letters. She did not. All right. So next we've got Malachi Black and Brody King versus Pock, who comes out alone. Now, they also used to come out together. And then I remembered there's like this thing that's going on with Pentagon. He's no longer Pentagon Jr. or Penta Zero Miedo, whatever. He's not that anymore. He is now Penta Oscuro. And on top of that, his translator / manager, if you will, Alex, what's his name? I always screw it up. Alex Abrahantes. Alex Abrahantes is now in a cloak and has ghostly white paint on his face. I love it. I absolutely love it. Remind me of, what was that? The Death from the Bill and Ted's movie. Only this was like more creepy. The stuff in the Bill and Ted's movie was funny. I love this. And we saw part of that in a promo. I saw it somewhere. I don't know if it was on Twitter or something. I saw it real quick, and it was Alex talking in front of a big screen. And then all of a sudden he had the cloak on and had the hood on and stuff. And then that was the end of the video or something. And I was like, oh, what is going on? And it was all prepped for this. And I just love it. Crazy. Critical Sting says, about time they get to this version of Penta. I hear you, man. I hear you. Well, he can finally, make some money on a name that's not someone else's. So, but Pac and Penta Oscuro finally get the win here. It feels like they finally got one up on Malachi Black and Brody King. But then the lights go out. They're attacking Pentagon and Pac. And Buddy Matthews appears when the lights come up. And it seems like he's siding because he just looks like Buddy Matthews. He doesn't look creepy. He doesn't look devious or anything. He's not scary. Did I say creepy? He's not creepy. And he kind of slowly works his way over to where Pentagon and Pac are on that side of the wing, that side of the ring. And then turns around, starts stomping a mud hole in both of them. So Buddy Matthews is joining the House of Black. Yes, the House of Black grows. So it's Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews. He's going to be an evil buddy. So yeah. And I know there was some talk of, I don't know what it was. It was like a month after he was a free agent, he did an interview and said something about AEW didn't want him. Like he said that publicly, but now he's with them. So obviously somebody changed their mind. But whatever the deal is, I hope he's with a significant group. Malachi's group is this story, this evolution of Malachi Black and his crew. And if you haven't noticed, if you saw in the beginning the stuff with Cody Rhodes and Malachi Black, look at the makeup on Malachi Black's face and now look at it. It's almost like one half of his face is completely marred with dark makeup, and he now has a red contact lens in his right eye. When he appeared several months ago, he had a little bit of dark around his eye, and that was it. Or a little bit of dark on his face or whatever, and that was it. He's evolving. You got to pay attention to this because it's like a little different every week. He changes it every week. So it's interesting. I don't know what the end result is going to be, but I have a feeling it's going to be terrifying. Maybe he's going to shave his head and paint his head black or something. I don't know, but Malachi Black is going to be tripping. Nice promo promoting the Thunder Rosa Britt Baker match that's coming up at the pay-per-view. That's big. That's got that big match feel because they talked about the match that they had briefly, at what was it, a lights out match or whatever kind of match, unsanctioned. So it didn't count. Thunder Rosa says this one is going to count. And I think we're finally going to see Britt Baker dethroned. Not that she hasn't been a great champ. She's been a great champ. The rise of Britt Baker has been a really fun one to watch. But when you have someone that's over like Rover, like Thunder Rosa, oh my goodness. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. When she runs down to the ring, listen to the roar of the crowd. It's not just the music. The people are like, oh. It's crazy. They love themselves some Thunder Rosa, and I do too. Looking forward to that at the pay-per-view. Eddie Kingston then out with Jericho. And this was really good. This was really good. It was a little Shotsky at up north, a little, just referencing like and Eddie Kingston's just being real. He's like, look, man, I'm a fighter. He's like, I'm not a sports entertainment guy. If you want to give me I don't know why we're doing this. So if you're gonna like waste my time, he's like, just go down the block and do that. And Jericho's like, well, maybe I will go down the block and give you a little sports entertainment. And so he cuts this promo on Eddie Kingston and how he's what does he say? He says he basically calls him a loser, and you're afraid of success. That's what he says. You're afraid of success. And then Eddie comes back at him, and oh man, it's so good. So the match is official. They are going to have a match at the pay-per-view. I can't wait. If we didn't know the situation surrounding Jericho's contract, situation, it almost the way they cut the promo almost made it sound like a loser leaves town kind of thing, but that's not the deal. Oh, Keith, yeah, he said he thought it was Eddie Edwards. That was hilarious. Not Eddie Edwards. Badass like Eddie Edwards, but not Eddie Edwards. Sorry about that. Let me quiet this down. Oh, breaking news. Breaking news, folks. This is straight from ringsidenews.com. Come on. Load, please. Thank you. Jeff Hardy confirms he is going to AEW. And I'll just read this. JAYBONE getting booty calls on air. No. Shh. Behave. No booty calls. No calls from booty. Jeff Hardy recently rejected the WWE Hall of Fame induction, and he left the WWE. It appears that he is headed to AEW, and he isn't afraid to talk about it. Hardy joined Jared Myers in a conversation on his YouTube channel, Official Jared Myers. Oh, it's official. During that show, he confirmed AEW is his future. The conversations circled around his time in WWE and plausible AEW debut. On the latter, the Enigma Soul, Enigmatic Soul, it's easy for me to say, gave a green light to his fans and confirmed his debut in the Tony Khan ran promotion in the interview. Quote, I'm going to AEW. It's so exciting. I'm so nervous and excited. End quote. Earlier this year, Jeff Hardy was released by WWE from his contract. Since then, his reunification with brother Matt Hardy in AEW has been speculated by his fans. Well, they're doing a tour very soon, sooner rather than later, and one of the stops is 10 minutes from my house. Following his brother's exit from WWE, Matt gave repeated assurances to the fans on his well-being, and sentiment was also echoed by Jeff's wife, Beth. And I'm not going to read the rest of this. You can read the rest of this. But there is a link in the article there if you want to listen to the interview. So, breaking news from ringsidenews.com. And it's one of the very few places I get my exclusives from. Mark says, I'm so shocked by this news. No, look, I know a lot of people have been talking about, yes, he's going. He's mentioned it quietly to other people. So yeah, but I mean, there you have it from the horse's mouth right there. JAYBONE is going to wrap himself in saran wrap like Tommy Davidson did. LOL. Okay, I don't know who that is, and I don't know why he wrapped himself in saran wrap. I didn't get that joke, so that one, unfortunately, went over my head. Mark says, real talk, though, I will always be a Hardys fan. IDGAF. Same. I love the Hardys. They're pretty much one of my favorite tag teams ever. I'm stoked. Critical Sting says, what kind of budget is Tony Khan working with? He doesn't have a budget. He just has the money. It's all about the money. Oh, is this from them? Oh, Mark says, I'm going to get you, sucker. Oh, that's a movie. That I know. So that's from that movie? Okay. Maybe I need to see that movie. Is that funny? It's for like late 80s, isn't it, or something? Terrence Sullivan says, booty call movie, LOL. Oh, dear God. More about this booty call. Scared. You guys are scaring me now. All right. So, Jeff Hardy has confirmed he is going to AEW. It's just a matter of time now, right? It's a matter of time. Next, okay, back to the show here. AEW Dynamite. Ricky Starks versus number 10 of the Dark Order. This is for, damn it, I don't remember the name of the something, Face of the Revolution. Is that what it is? The Face of the Revolution. And all these guys are going to get a match at Revolution, and the winner will get a shot at the AEW World Title, I believe. Ricky Starks wins this one. Fun little match. He won with a spear. Not too much to say about it. Next, we get Allie, a.k.a. The Bunny, versus Jade Cargill for the TBS title. How appropriate. They're on TBS. Mark Sterling at ringside. And I think Matt Hardy came down later. I think that's what it was. Anyways, Jade Cargill defends her reading the chat. Mark says, my dude Scorpio Sky was the face of the revolution. A lot of good that did. He did win that, didn't he? Oh, well. At least he's in a good place. He's with Ethan Page. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Just kidding. So yeah, I mean, it was a nice little match. Jade Cargill is 28-0. Ty Conti then comes out and challenges Jade for the TBS title. We'll see if she can be more successful than her partner in crime, Anna Jay. This is going to be at Revolution. Then we get the main event. Bryan Danielson versus Daniel Garcia. Bryan Danielson is going to teach Daniel Garcia a lesson in violence. Daniel Garcia said earlier in the night, he's like, well, maybe I'll be the one teaching you, or he said something like that. Bryan Danielson, God, it's hard to do that. After so many years of being Daniel Bryan, it just, it sticks. It just sticks. Bryan Danielson puts him away with a sleeper. Very good match. I know this is not everyone's cup of tea, this kind of grappling. This was a lot of fun, though. A lot of fun. Courtney says, that match slapped, JAYBONE. Keith says 153-0. What in the hell? Jade's going to break Goldberg's record. Well, my goodness, that's ambitious. All right. Jiminy Christmas. 2.0 attacks Bryan Danielson, and the crowd starts chanting, Moxley, 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 getting louder and louder, and then Wild Thing is cranking through our speakers. You make my heart sing. And then Moxley cuts through the crowd, gets in the ring, lays out everyone, gives Daniel Garcia a lovely paradigm shift. Lovely little DDT. Thank you for coming. Good night. Danielson then gets a microphone and says, well, you said last week that if we are going to work together, first we have to bleed together. And he accepts his challenge. He accepts his challenge, and they're going to have a match at Revolution, excuse me. And Rebellion's that other brand I talk about, Impact. My goodness. He said, but don't be surprised if you're the only one that's bleeding. So I popped for this. I absolutely popped. I have been dying to see this kind of match again. And I've told you guys before about this. I saw Dragon Gate USA's debut in Milwaukee. This is back, we got over like 10 years. It was like 2011, 2010, 2011. I forget. Bryan Danielson was taking care of the rest of his indie dates. He had this one and I think another one, or this was his last one. I forget. This one and one other one. And then he was going to go back to the WWE. It was after he got fired for choking out, that whole thing. And he faced Jon Moxley. And I had no clue who Jon Moxley was. But I became a fan of Jon Moxley after this match. And of course, an even bigger fan of Daniel Bryan than Bryan Danielson. So yeah, I've seen them wrestle in the WWE, but it's not the same. It's not this. I mean, his Shield stuff was cool, and that's what made me an even bigger fan was the Shield stuff. But seeing what he does now, it doesn't even pale in comparison. He's a different beast. He's a different monster. He's a different animal. So Moxley versus Bryan Danielson again, over 10 plus years later, on a bigger stage. Oh my God. If you have access to this match that I'm talking about from Dragon Gate USA from like 10 plus years ago, I think the show's name was Ronin. It was in Milwaukee. I've tried looking for it online. I don't think it's online anymore. But man, if you were there or you had if you got the DVD or whatever, you know what kind of treat you got. So Danielson accepts for the match at Revolution. No, Revolution's right there. I wrote it down. I don't know why I said Rebellion. Anyways, that's Dynamite. Wow. I'm cutting out of here semi-early tonight. Dean Ambrose was his name. Yes. All the figures are to my left. Trust me, I know this. Mark says, Mox is still a fave of mine too. One of the big AEW draws for me, if you will. Yes. Yeah, when he jumped ship and he walked through that door, let me tell you, I know business was about to pick up. Mark says, do the sacrifice card real quick, Jay. Okay, real quick. You paying attention? I'm looking it up. What, did they add something and I don't know about it? Oh, they did. They did. Well, we knew this was kind of happening, but I don't think we knew exactly when it was happening. All right. So, it was reported earlier. Was this today? Today? No, yesterday. Oh, this was yesterday? Okay. Yesterday, they made it official. Jake is going to face Trey Miguel for the X Division Championship at Sacrifice. Let me... Okay, clicking on Sacrifice. Here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right, so this is the only 3 matches we got so far, but obviously they're going to add more within the next 2 weeks because Sacrifice is a week and a half away. So yeah, like I said, Trey Miguel defending his X Division title against Jake something. That is going to be a banger. Can't wait. So happy for Jake something. The Impact World Knockouts tag titles defended finally by Inspiration versus The Influence. That's going to be a lot of fun. Caleb with a K, I'm sure, will follow behind The Influence and maybe become a turncoat. We'll have to wait and see. Will he stay faithful and loyal or not? It was also announced the other day, Jay White. It was yesterday. Jay White versus a returning Alex Shelley. Oh my God. I am so pumped for this. So you got Bullet Club versus Motor City Machine Guns. And I was talking about this last night, and you got the feeling like, man, they got to put it back together, right? The Motor City Machine Guns, they got to. And then not realizing the deeper picture to this. And someone in the comments last night, I don't remember who, so I apologize, but they said that, I think it was Critical Sting or someone, said Alex Shelley was a teacher, mentor to Jay White and Jonathan Gresham, I think. So it's like teacher versus student. So if that doesn't make it even bigger, I mean, that's a classic tale, folks. It doesn't get much more deeper than teacher versus student. And we've seen that across entertainment forever. Forever. Forever, ever. In Hollywood and everything. Yeah, okay, yeah. Critical Sting says Search and Destroy. He said it was the group of Motor City Machine Guns with Jay White and Gresham was Search and Destroy. Pretty badass. Terrence says he's got a feeling the Allure will show up soon. Ooh. Now, that's Angelina Love and Mandy. I can't think of it. The other girl's name. I'm not super familiar with her. She's like a gorgeous brunette, but I'm not super familiar with her. Mark says, I'd rather get the Hex if possible, even though. Yes. Critical Sting. Mandy Leon. Yes, Courtney. Mandy Leon. Thank you. So, yeah. Shoot. I mean, the rest of the card could absolutely suck, and I wouldn't even care. We got Jay White and Alex Shelley. Shut up and take my money. I mean, that's just huge. It really is. And I even said this last night. Excuse me. I said there's some matches you just don't need a build. You just see them on paper. And it's like, oh, that's cool. We're getting that match. Cool. Enough said. Don't need it. I mean, don't need it. Don't need anything. Just give me the match. Just give me the green light. Whatever. Just give me the match. So, but it will be interesting, see if Shelley comes back during the tapings. Maybe he gets attacked by the Bullet Club. And then Alex Shelley screams into the microphone, Why, you son of a bitch? I taught you. I nurtured you. You fed from my breast. No, sorry, that got weird. I promise you, Alex Shelley will not say that. I promise you. Promise you. Anyways, on that note, let's get out of here. Oh, goodness. Much love, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow night over in that other little podcast called Total Nonstop Impact. Make sure you stop by early. We'll get things going around 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. We'll do a little chit-chatting before Impact Wrestling starts. Now, I hear the BT Dang it, now I got rid of the tab. I hear the BTI, almost said BTE. A BTI match is going to be a good one. And tomorrow's card, folks, is absolutely loaded. So on BTI, you've got Ace Austin and Mike Bailey versus Jake Something and Trey Miguel. That right there. And it sucks that I'm going to miss that because of what I'm doing, and it airs later on YouTube. But what I can do is, if I'm feeling up for it afterwards, and I know I haven't done this lately as far as doing an After Dark, I just haven't physically been able to. If I'm up for it, if I get some people in there afterwards, like maybe Trent will stop by for an After Dark, we'll do a live reaction to that match because I'm sure it's going to be fun. Sure, it's going to be a banger. We got John Skyler versus Gujar. Bhupinder Gujar. I'm going to screw this name up. Jonah versus Ziggy Dice. Rest in peace, Ziggy Dice. My God. Now this is a little different. We're getting the rubber match here for Matt Cardona and Jordan Grace. So this is number 3, but this one is a combat match. Combat match, get it? So it says, throughout the entirety of the contest, Cardona bent the rules, I'm talking about it, no surrender, bent the rules on several occasions to remain in control. Cardona was about to get the steel chair. Grace countered with a low blow within the sight line of the referee, resulting in a disqualification. But this Thursday, all rules will be thrown out the window when these two rivals meet in a combat match where there will be no disqualifications, no countouts, and anything goes. So we'll see what happens. Deonna Purrazzo in a champ challenge. It's pretty funny. Champ. Who will answer the call for a shot at either the AAA Reina de Reinas Championship or the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship? Another open challenge for Deonna Purrazzo. Moose will kick things off tomorrow night. I'm assuming talking about how good he is at being a wrestling god and beating Morrissey. We got Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, and I hate reading this sideways. Kenny King, my neck hurts, versus Chris Sabin, Rich Swann, and Willie Mack. Maybe, just maybe, if things get out of control at the end of the match and somebody needs a little help, maybe that'll be when Alex Shelley appears. Oh, can't wait. And last but certainly not least, Eddie Edwards will explain his actions at No Surrender. Well, there you have it, folks. Loaded card tomorrow night for Impact Wrestling, the fallout from No Surrender, and of course, on the flip side of that, a build to Sacrifice, which is a week and a half away, 2 Saturdays away. It's going to be intense. It's going to be great. Can't wait. All right, so we'll see you guys. That's right, Terrence. Don't be a Melvin. So, all right, we're going to get out of here. Much love, everyone. Congratulations again to Buddy Matthews for being all elite. And we've got a sale going on through, is it tomorrow? Let me double check this here. I don't want to tell you anything false. 2 days left. Yeah. So through today and through tomorrow, we got 15% off in the Spreadshirt link, Spreadshop link in the description, where we got some brand new, lovely looking organic hats on sale. But all the merch is on sale. But that's a new piece of merch that's in the merch shop. Organic baseball caps. Lovely. All right. On that note, we'll get out of here. On your way out, don't forget, folks, to smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know more when more of my content hits your screen. Don't botch the exit. Later, folks. Good night.